Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Thursday's impeachment SITREP report. I'm Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz, founder, CEO here at Top Gun Options, celebrating our 10th year anniversary this month. Actually, 10 years we've been empowering retail and actually institutional investors of all skill levels how to level the playing field against Wall Street and employ options to your advantage. So really happy. This is comical. The impeachment was disgusting along party lines, and 3 Democrats defected. So Nancy Scotch Pelosi's bullshit, a year ago saying, "Oh, we can't do impeachment unless there's strong bipartisan support." Of course, she's a liar, and this is going to blow up, and it already has blown up in her face. The polls are against her, and it's insane. So all she's doing is hastening the demise of this republic, using impeachment as a way to steal an election. Not through. They know they're importing illegal immigrants, so we can turn them into voters, right? Give them free everything because they can't win at the ballot box. Right? There's no way this country is ever going to let New York and Los Angeles elect our president, so they have to impeach him. Anyway, so they did this super speedy impeachment process. What was it, 17 total days of testimony and unfair testimony? The Republicans didn't get the minority did not get their own day to present or all sorts of stuff. It was absolutely a sham. We have to do this. We have to rush it because he's got to be removed from office immediately. Now she's delaying. She's delaying sending the articles across the hallway. Why? Because the Republicans are getting ready to put the shoe on the other hand, so to speak, and do what? So Nancy's like, well, no, we're not going to send you the articles until we know that you guys are going to do all this stuff for the Democrats. Why don't you kiss my ass, Nancy? Now you're going to be on the receiving end. Now the Republicans get to present their case and defend the man, since you guys had a witch trial. And you are a witch. She's the swamp mistress. I saw the New York Post headline. They call her the swamp mistress. Absolute disgrace. President's impeached. Dow's up 100 points right now. A picture's worth 1,000 words. Since they launched the impeachment bullshit, well, since day one, they've been trying to impeach this president. But really, since they formally announced it, look at the market. So let's impeach the guy, throw him out of office, and put Elizabeth Warren in. That happens, the stock market's going to zero. You want to bet? Trade war. China won't rush into ag purchases under phase 1 deal, U.S. advisor says. But hold on a second. I thought Donald Trump was running around for the past couple weeks saying we got a phase 1 deal and they're buying $50 billion a month. Well, that kind of got throttled back. And then now it's up to 80, but over the next 2 years, this is all over the place. Tom Kehoe, an advisor to the Department of Agriculture and the USTR, says the purchases will be decided by market prices. Let me say that again to you. Will be decided by market prices. What did China say a week and a half ago? Why would we be buying soybeans from you when we can get them from Brazil for a fraction of the price? So I'm in a EWZ iron condor right now. The top half, it's down. The net iron condor is down about 9% right now. But EWZ, listen to me. Hey, that rhymes. EWZ is hanging up here. You know why? Because Brazil doesn't believe the trade deal and this phase 1 stuff. They do not believe the Chinese are going to stop buying soybeans from them because they're cheaper and come and pay more to the United States. Folks, this trade deal is going to be the paper it's written on. Do you understand me? This is not going to happen. So this is very, very interesting. These are business people. They are going to have to be in a competitive situation. Otherwise, they're not going to buy it. His comments underline the continuing challenges for U.S. growers competing in crop markets with Brazil and Argentina. What happened when the president was jumping on an airplane to go to the NATO summit? Right here, he grabbed his cell phone and blasted Brazil and Argentina with steel and aluminum tariffs. Why? Because they're dealing with the Chinese. It was a veiled shot across their bow, like, stop dealing with the Chinese. But hey, man, America first? Well, guess what? Bolsonaro is a Brazil first. He's like, well, all right, I thought Donald and I were good friends. Well, screw him. So, folks, this is getting really, really super interesting. Since the phase 1, quote unquote, we've agreed in principle, nothing's happened. China hasn't agreed to $1 of soybeans. They haven't put up a number. Lighthizer has, right? Lighthizer thrown out a bunch of numbers. Look, Chinese officials have yet to confirm President Trump's version of the deal. As a matter of fact, the Ministry of Commerce yesterday in their press conference, the dude looked like Nancy Pelosi dodging questions. The guys, he would not get pinned down at all on anything. So here we are running around with all these specifics, and the Chinese are saying, next question. Yeah, I think at one point he even did the Nancy Pelosi. I'm not going to answer any more questions on that matter. Any other questions? Everybody put their hands down. So Mnuchin, I just sat here watching him on CNBC saying he's confident that the Phase 1 trade deal is going to be signed by the beginning of January. Man, I am yay. I don't know. This is starting to get comical. The only thing that's happened in the past 2 weeks is the president punted on the December 15th tariffs. Nothing else has happened. The, quote, agreement in principle, how many times have we heard this? I feel like Charlie Brown with the football. I remember the president being down in Buenos Aires, Argentina, with Xi and saying, this guy's great. He's going to rein in the opioids, and they're buying ag products, and nobody does trade deals like me. And they didn't do anything. Here we are 16 months later, and nothing's going on. So anyway, got some relatively bullish news out of the ECB and over in the EU, so we're kind of rising up here now. The Dow's up 133 points. So we're sitting here watching the president impeached, and the market and the economy have never been better in the history of this republic. Go figure. We're still hovering a little bit up here with the S&P kind of hanging on a little bit of a ledge, but we've done this a couple times. When we go up, we hang on a ledge. We go up, we hang on. Look at this, man. So, last week was last Thursday after the close. I did a free brief for potential new members, and I said, what, man, it is very, very, very getting close to time to get long volatility. We got North Korea out there who's threatening to put coal in our stocking with a ballistic missile launch. We have a potential Iranian attack, and of course we have the seasonality of if we get a rip your face off rally October, November, December, January, February usually ends up giving at least half of that rally back. So it might be time to get long volatility. It is, right? The time to buy hurricane insurance is when it's a beautiful day in South Florida and not hurricane season, okay? When it's hurricane season, insurance is going to be a hell of a lot more expensive, and when there's a tropical depression over the Bahamas, it's going to be even more expensive. So, hey, got to get long volatility. We're going to talk about that. We have a brief today at noon. Actually, noon is when our weekly debrief is going to be. We'll cover EWZ. We have a great-looking S&P 500 iron condor that's sitting on because we believe that the S&P is going to remain range-bound this week, which it is. Got some great Visa and XRT trades on. Take a look at Visa. And also, let's take a look at XRT, the retail ETF. Man, busting right through the top. We talked about this yesterday in Accelerated Retirement. I said, I'm not going to leg into an iron condor. I'm not going to put on XRT. And here we are up another, 0.75% today. So great trades in our retail and stuff like that. It was interesting, though. I mean, the market really shrugged off what happened the other day with FedEx. FedEx was brutal earnings, and they are kind of a canary in the coal mine. So as soon as the news came out the other day that Amazon was barring their sellers from using FedEx Ground, I said, hey, throw on a weekly bear call spread. Today is at 100% profit. Beautiful trade, and this thing ain't going to be getting off the mat anytime soon. They lowered their 2020 outlook, and it was horrible. So usually when FedEx reports earnings like that, that's the overall market sits up and takes note because that ain't bullish for everybody. But hey, here we are, man. And obviously the other thing helping this market just stay up here is the Federal Reserve. The not QE that's going on is keeping this up. You can't fight it, man. The market can remain irrational longer. You can stay solvent. Look at this. Look at this run from the middle of October till now. I haven't seen a run like this in ages. And they all end. They don't keep going up. Okay, so remember, all glory is fleeting, right? So make sure you have your hedges on as we head ever higher. Like I said, we get some sort of ballistic missile launch out of North Korea. It could be an excuse to sell off, okay? All right, folks, I'll see many of you at noon for our weekly debrief. Other than that, I'll be back for tomorrow's Friday market wrap-up. Happy hunting, make sure you hedge, and God bless. I'll talk to you later.